still in lockdown. So I'm in Metro Melbourne, so I'm in stage 4. I can't go fishing or do anything at all. So yeah, no fishing videos obviously from me. But I put a post up on Instagram during the week asking if anyone wanted me to do a Q&A video. I've been like obviously sitting at home watching a lot of YouTube videos myself, and I noticed there's been a couple of Q&A videos on like some four-wheel drive videos and stuff I watched, so I thought, oh, maybe I could do something like that. So put a post on Instagram, and I actually got a lot of questions, which I wasn't expecting. So yeah, I'll answer a couple of questions now, and might be able to get to know me a bit better, and yeah, see what happens. So first question I'll answer, this one's actually from my brother. He said, what made you stop doing cool shit and start fishing instead? So I thought that was actually a pretty good question, even though it's my brother taking the piss. But yeah, like before I started fishing, I was massively into wakeboarding and snowboarding, surfing. Well, I'm still into snowboarding and surfing. I just don't wakeboard as much anymore. But pretty much it all started, say, wakeboarding. I was wakeboarding, and you have to rely on a lot of people when you're wakeboarding. So you have the boat, then you need an observer, then you need a boarder and someone to drive the boat. So you always need at least 3 people. And I always found when I was trying to go away and trying to do trips and stuff like that, you get like 1 or 2 people, but you just sort of get dicked around by people a fair bit. So I was looking at things to do on my own that, I didn't have to rely on people. I could just like get in the car and go do something fun. So that sort of led me to surfing. I started surfing flat out and doing that because I ended up doing it with people, but it was something I could just throw the board in the car and go for a surf, which is sick. I still surf, I still do it. But the fishing started one weekend. I went away with the boys on just a random trip to Inverloch, and I was like, oh, I'll take the surfboard and I can go for a surf, see what happens or whatever. The weather, we got there and the weather was crap for surfing. No swell, no nothing. It was not good for surfing. It was raining and windy and crap the whole time. So the boys were just sort of sitting in this house drinking beers. Well, what can we do? One of the guys was like a keen fisherman, so he's like, we'll just go down the beach, go bait fishing off the rocks or whatever. So we all do that, just drinking cans and that. And then I caught a shark. It's just a banjo shark. I put a photo up of it now. But I was absolutely over the moon that I caught a shark. I thought a shark, like catching a shark, was like the best thing ever. So it all started from there. That one weekend, caught a couple. I think we got a couple of salmon and a couple of like draft board sharks and banjo sharks. Nothing like really great, but I just thought it was so sick to be able to catch a shark. So that basically started everything. I got home, bought a fishing rod like at Tackle World the next day after work, and then fished off the beach with some bait for a week or two, then sort of researched some things and saw soft plastics. Went and bought a soft plastic setup, started fishing soft plastics, bought squid jig, started fishing squid. I reckon it was only a month, 4 weeks into fishing, and I went and bought a kayak. It just snowballed from there. It sort of happens. I get into something and I really get into it. So that's like literally how my fishing started. And then yeah, from then it just obviously just snowballed from, freshwater. I wanted to catch a freshwater fish, so I did that. I wanted to get a fish in a lure, did that, and then snowballed from there, and here I am. Then after that, I never used my wake boat. I had all this money invested in a wakeboarding boat that I used maybe once or twice a year. So I was like, I'm going to sell that, buy a fishing boat, then I'll use it all the time. And then, I did that, and you've seen that, and that's, where we're pretty much at now. So the next one's funny. Shane Fishing on Instagram. Where's your favourite KFC located? Anywhere, any KFC. They're all my favourite. Whatever I'm closest to, I'll go there and get a bloody zinger burger. Jay Rennie on Instagram says, where do you see your fishing adventures taking you in the future? Any goals? Yes, I have goals. I want to catch, obviously, the meter cod. That was what I was really pushing before lockdown, and after lockdown, depending on what the weather and stuff's doing at the time, I might have to wait till next winter, but meter Murray cod is number 1 on my goals list at the moment. And then exploring new places. Like, that's why I went and bought the Patrol and stuff like that. I just want to get away and yeah, just do more. I want to go up north soon, or whenever I can. I want to tow the boat up north. I want to, you know, catch species I've never caught before, GTs, barramundi, coral trout, all the sort of fish up there, mackerel and tuna and all that. I do want to go up north, tow the boat up there, maybe Christmas time or next Christmas, depending on all this COVID crap. Want to go up there and yeah, catch some fish I've never caught before up north. That's like one of my big plans I want to do. And then overseas fishing. So, you know, I want to, you know, go to somewhere hot and tropical and do the same sort of stuff. Like, that's really big on my list. Sooty grunter, jungle perch. Yeah, I pretty much just want to go, get away and catch whatever the hell I can, really. So that's where I want it to take me. I just want to have fun with it and go with it from there. So yeah, that's that one. Someone said do a shed skid. As if I'm going to do a shed skid. Tangles Max has asked what soft plastics and jig head hook size for snapper. So for snapper, I'm guessing you're talking about not pinkies. I'd go around a 4-inch plastic, either a flick bait or a paddle tail, even a wriggler, something like that, and probably a 2.0 hook size. I use a 1.0 on the pinkies, and it's small, but I think snapper, they've got the strong jaws that crush an open 1.0 hook, so I'd probably go a 2.0 hook and around a 4-inch plastic, pretty much any plastic. I think your snapper, if they're on and there's a plastic in front of them, they're gonna eat it. But yeah, probably, yeah, 4-inch plastic, 2.0 hook, probably can't go wrong. Bren's Angling, he says, what's your favorite lure, like top water, swim baits, etc.? So I'm assuming this is Murray cod directed because it's top water and swim baits and stuff. That's basically my two favorite types of lure. You just nailed it, is top water and swim baits. Top water, you can't beat, you know, the visuals and stuff of a top water bite. So top water would probably be, I haven't caught a fish on anything like this yet, but big thirsty lure. I want a big cod on a big lure. So that would probably be one of my favorite things that I want to do. And then swim baits, I love swim bait, love the swim bait bite. It's really, really slow and you're not expecting it, and then it just whacks it. So obviously favorite swim baits will be the Gigantual brown dog. That is what my biggest Murray cod came on. And then the Megabass Mag Drafts. I just love the bite that you get off these guys and how versatile this lure is. So yeah, that would be my favorite top water and swim bait lures. OJ Fishing has asked me what trout lures to look for at the start of trout season. I probably won't be able to fish at start of trout season, but if you're in stage 3 and you're close to it, I guess you probably could. So as always, Daiwa D-Arm, you know, I'll start with that, or Striped Tiger Nymph plastics. It's like your two go-tos or whatever, and then I'll probably take a spinner for a bit of flash if the water's dirty or something like that. That's probably how I start most of my trout fishing trips anyway. So yeah, start of the season will be no different. That's how I would start. You could probably drift worms, but I'm not really big into the bait fishing. But if the water's dirty and, you know, we've had a bit of rain up there, I can imagine the rivers are running pretty hard. Drifting some worms, scrub worms might probably be the go. But yeah, that's not my style of fishing, but it works. So it's probably worth doing if the lures aren't working. Another question I've been getting a fair bit is what camera gear I use. So I only use GoPros. You're on a GoPro Hero 8 at the moment. That's my newest camera. That's what I use majority of. I also have a 7, which is majority of the time it's on the pole at the back of my boat. I've only just started doing that. You probably would have seen like a second camera angle in some of the videos. That's a GoPro 7, just mounted on a stick. And then I have a 5 that just lives in the drone. I've had a lot of people ask me what drone I have. I have a GoPro Karma drone. I'll just grab it. This is the GoPro Karma drone. They don't make them anymore. I bought them, obviously, when they first came out. I thought it was really cool. It's huge. It makes a lot of noise. And it's got the stabilizer in the front. And the GoPro goes in that. So the main reason I bought this is because main reason I bought this is I fish with I film with GoPros like all the time. So that's all I film with. So it came with a stabilizer that you can actually pull out and stick it in the Karma hand grip. So then you've got a GoPro, fully stabilized GoPro. It was obviously before the 8s and stuff come out. With the 8s, they say you pretty much don't even need a stabilizer, which is pretty true. They're really stable, but I can put my 7 and my 5 in this, and I've got really stable footage, and then obviously that pulls out and goes in the front of the drone. I wouldn't recommend anyone buying the GoPro Karma drone just purely because you can't get them anymore. If it screws up and breaks, you can't fix them. I'm guessing they've got limited spare parts for them. But if I kill it, I'll probably go buy a DJI Mavic Pro or whatever, something else. DJI, I'm assuming. Just, yeah, that's the drone I ended up with. So I'll just keep using it till it dies, which is, yeah, it's pretty good. All right, well, that's some of the questions I got asked. I got a whole bunch of joke questions as well, which I'm not going to answer on camera. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe to my other stuff. And yeah, hope this lockdown bloody ends and we can get out of this stuff soon. I'm like going nuts sitting at home on my own. All I do is walk my dog. All right, guys, see you on the next one.